Hi, I'm Jackie Swike, and the beautiful colors of fall are finally here. It's a beautiful day for the Northwest Indiana Open House Show. Today we take you to Ellendale Farms in Crown Point to show you a development that was built on property owned by the Carroll family in Crown Point for a long time. We move on to Heron Lake in St. John, and we take you to the Meadows of Dyer to look at a new subdivision right on the state line. We'll also visit the Greater Northwest Indiana Realtors Association, and we'll show you homes that are open today. So join us for the Northwest Indiana Open House Show. I'm in Ellendale Farm in Crown Point. It's located just west of the Lake County Fairgrounds, right off of Lake Street. And I'm speaking with Thomas Fleming of Fleming Realty here in Crown Point. And tell us a little bit about what you've got here. I understand, first of all, that you've been trying for about 20 years to develop this.
I've known how beautiful this piece of property was for a long time, and I've been trying to purchase it. There's 340 acres here, and it's one of the few pieces in Crown Point that is rolling rather than flat cornfield. So we were able to bring this in with a unique development to where we're able to take advantage of the topography that's here, the rolliness of the hills, and put in lakes and ponds and waterfalls.
Now, what have you got on 340 acres? I understand you have single-family homes and townhomes, so tell us about that.
There's about 375 single-family lots, and there's about 100 multifamily or townhouse lots, which we'll be developing. And right at this point, we're developing phase 1, 2, and 3 of the single-family, and the first section of townhomes, which is 34 different townhomes.
Okay, tell me about the homes, for instance, square footage, and what kind of price range we're talking about.
Price range, we're running anywhere from about $185,000 from the low to about $450,000 right now for the high. And that's in the first 3 phases. As we get into the back section, we'll be into the estate lot sections where the lots themselves will probably dictate even higher prices on the homes.
And you are selling some of those now.
Taking deposits on them. We don't have all the infrastructure in yet, but got a large clientele of people who are trying to make sure they get the first selection on the different lots.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit about the townhomes as well. What are they like?
Townhomes, we are doing something a little bit unique there. We are building them as 2-unit townhomes so that there are no units trapped in the middle, like you'd find in a 4 or 5-unit townhouse. They're also being built as custom townhomes to where we have a style and a price and a layout for each of the units, but as the individual owner wants to change things around, instead of simply saying you can change colors, we're actually saying you can change walls, you can change rooms, you can move things around quite a bit.
So you have a lot of leeway. All right, tell us about the homes. What are some of the things that you require?
In the style of the homes, we are trying to keep it to where the entire subdivision has about a 1930, 1940 feel to it, where we have a little bit more traditional in styles. We have things that might be Tudors, or it might be country farmhouses, that type of a situation. We have made it to where the Architectural Control Committee is going to look at the homes and make sure that they are more traditional in style than contemporary in style. And to continue that uniqueness through the subdivision, we've gone to an old-fashioned street light that you would find of the era. We've also gone to a lot of parks and walking paths and trails and things, stone bridges, and there's going to be 7 different lakes throughout the whole project.
Now, I noticed that the ponds that we're seeing, those are natural?
No, the ponds were all artificially created, and they were created for several different reasons, but basically to add a spacious feeling to the subdivision. And we have stocked all the lakes so that we'll have them as natural as possible. But each of the lakes, we also are pumping water or circulating water from one end of the lake to the other, creating natural waterfalls and trying to avoid the water fountain effect, which was more traditionary for, let's say, the 1980s, 1990s. And by using streams and waterfalls and that thing, it looks a little bit more natural, and thus the Ellendale Farm name, trying to give a little bit more relaxed atmosphere.
And the name does come from the Carroll family, which own the property, and I understand the streets.
That's
a lot
correct.
of them are named after Carroll family members. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, the Ellendale Farm itself, Ellen was Dr. Carroll's mother's name. Mary Ellen, which is the main street through the subdivision, is named after both of them. One of the interesting things about some of the street names is that the Davis family, which was Dr. Carroll's maiden name, he owned some of the vaudeville theaters in Chicago. So a lot of the street names in here will be named after vaudeville performers during the turn of the century who actually visited and stayed on the farm here. So we've got a little bit of a history going along with it also.
Now, Thomas, if someone would like to see a home, I don't know if you have a model, do people get to bring in whatever builder they want?
We have a procedure for approving the home builders, and right now we have 11 builders that have been approved, and I'm in the process of approving 2 more. But yes, if somebody had a builder that had not been approved, they would simply have to make application to build in the subdivision, and then of course we would want to make sure that they're following the covenants and the architectural guidelines.
Okay. Thomas, if someone would like to see the lots or perhaps see a house, do you have a model, and can you tell us the times?
People have said I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy enough to be a builder and a developer, so I just develop. And on the single-family homes, I just sell the lots. The individuals then choose their own home styles and their own builders. In the townhouses, I am a partner in the townhouses, and my partner is the contractor for that, which is Tim Henderlong. But on the single family, it's just a case of where somebody's interested in the lots, they would contact me, and I'd show them through the subdivision.
Okay, when can they do that, and give us a phone number?
My office is 663-0167, and it's extension 1, and you can pretty much call that any time because of the voicemail. But keep trying, because I'm hard to get hold of sometimes.
All right, Thomas Fleming, thank you very much. From Ellendale Farm here in Crown Point. Stay with us, more of the Northwest Indiana Open House Show after this.